Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another tarot reading from me. Today's reading is going to be about predictions for November 2023. A bit delayed, I know, but this is when I got to do it. It has been voted for on my community page. So for those who would like to suggest other topics for future videos, you might want to check out that section and maybe comment under one of my posts. And yeah, this is for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals. Once again, I will mention that I have chosen these crystals intuitively. I asked Spirit which crystals I should use for today's reading for this topic. And these are the crystals that stood out in this particular order. So pile number 1, you have this jade crystal. Trying to get it to focus. Hold on a second. Okay. Pile number 2, you have this blue calcite. Okay, blue calcite. Pile number 3, you have this tiger's eye crystal. All right. So you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Focus on the question, maybe take some deep breaths, concentrate, open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively. Also, if you are drawn to more than one crystal, feel free to watch several or even all of them and just choose whichever messages resonate. And before I sign off, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, because most people that are watching my videos are not subscribed to my channel according to my YouTube analytics. So please subscribe. It will only take a second and it's free. And also consider clicking the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. All right, I will see you at your reading. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. This is going to be the selection phase for the card. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the jade crystal. What is the month of November going to bring for them, the month of November 2023? All right, Spirit, what can you tell me for the people who chose the blue calcite? People who chose the blue calcite, okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for the people who chose the tiger's eye crystal? What is the month of November going to bring for them? All right. So let's see. Oh man. Okay, so we have number 31, be spontaneous for pile number 1. Then we have 13, renewal of peace for number 2. And 35, culmination of vision for pile number 3 with the tiger's eye. So interesting that you have the tiger's eye and you have the word vision. Quite the coincidence. All right. So I have zoomed in so you can see the options better. So for those of you who would like to choose with both crystals and cards, pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this jade crystal. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and this blue calcite. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this tiger's eye crystal. All right. So you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Okay, you can pause the video now. Okay, I still have to fix these because I don't know, I get a bit OCD about them. Right, so if you need more time to decide upon a option, you can pause the video, meditate upon the question, take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. And then you can open your eyes after you've meditated a bit and choose the first pile that stands out to you without overthinking. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, or more, either card or crystal, I mean, then you can watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. All right. So before I sign off, I want to say, please subscribe to my channel. To those of you who have enjoyed any of my videos but haven't subscribed yet, it will only take a second and it's the easiest way to support me, and it's free. And also consider clicking the notifications bell to see when I will upload a new video. Thank you, and I will see you at your reading. Okay, so welcome pile number 1. This is your reading. If you have chosen this card over here with Be Spontaneous and the number 31, which boils down to a number 4 in numerology, and or this jade crystal. So I'm going to take some more cards. This is going to be the card selection / shuffling phase. If you don't want to sit through it, you can skip through it because I'm going to add timestamps. All right, let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1, the people who chose the jade crystal? What is the month of November going to bring for them? What is happening for them in the month of November? What should they focus on? What messages do they need to hear? All right, let's get another one. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1, the people who chose the jade crystal? What do they need to hear about November 2023? What is happening for them in November 2023? All right, so we have number 41, Oak, Masculine, North, Sun, Fire. I'm going to read the description for this after I get the other ones. Giraffe, visionary, rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. Okay. And then we have Owl, magic, choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up, magic and wisdom are your birthright. Nice. All right. And yeah, this card would be spontaneous. And now I'm going to read the description for this card, number 41, from the booklet. Let's see. Masculine, North, Sun, Fire. I am the mighty oak. I am strength. I am longevity. My powerful presence increases confidence and magnifies opportunities. You are in the right place at the right time. Within my shadow, you will feel secure and protected. My vitality and productivity are yours. The magic within the acorn nourishes relationships. Through my ancient energies and powers, you are healed and enriched. I am the courageous warrior of the boreal forests. Very cool. All right. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the jade crystal. What is the month of November 2023 going to bring for them? What is happening in their lives? What do they need to hear right now, Spirit? What do they need to hear right now? Okay. The 10 of Wands. The 2 of Swords. The Earth Mother, the Devil, okay, which is nature in this pile, 7 of Pentacles, the Earth Mother is the Empress, actually, the Battle Wagon, which is the Chariot, and the 4 of Wands. Interesting. Let me get some more. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1, the people who chose the jade crystal? What does the month of November 2023 have in store for them? The 7 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, underneath the 2 of Swords, the Hermit, the King of Swords, the Temperance, the Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles underneath the Four of Wands. All right, this is a nice one. Hold on, let me change. I changed the angle of the camera a bit. All right. Very interesting. So pile number 1, there are some pretty distinct messages here. Actually, I'm going to clarify the Two of Swords. Spirit, please clarify the Two of Swords for me. What are the two paths shown by the Two of Swords in this situation? Number 1, we have Judgment. What is the second path of the Two of Swords, Spirit? The Moon. All right, the message is very clear here. It's really clear. Because, yeah. So I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to mention them later, that they are the clarifications of the Two of Swords. The reason I say the message is clear for you, pile number 1, is because you have the Devil here and you have the King of Swords underneath. So immediately when I saw this layout, I thought to myself, all right, this is about discipline. This is about you learning to focus, keep your eyes on the prize, and to be rational. You know, you have to embody this King of Swords energy to reach whatever your goals are. You also have this message of opportunities are here for you, you are protected, that came out through this Oak card with the number 41. So again, you have the number 4 and then a 1, which is very interesting. What is coming to mind here is, here we have 3 and 1. The reason I look at these numbers is because number 1 is ruled by the Sun. So that's kind of a king energy. It's also reason. The Sun energy in astrology is connected to reason as opposed to emotions. And you have 4 before the number 1, which is discipline, order, organization, hard work. Basically, it's kind of a Saturnian energy, you know, taking it one step at a time, small increments. Rome wasn't built in a day, that kind of energy. So, and you have this theme repeated throughout the spread. So again, you have it with the Devil and the King of Swords, and then when I clarified the Two of Swords, you got the Judgment on the one hand, and then you got the Moon on the other hand. Now, Judgment is a very interesting card because it means it shoots like 2 rabbits, how should I say? It kills 2 rabbits with the same stone, or 2 birds with the same stone. I don't know what the saying is. Basically, it means 2 things that are equally relevant to your reading, which is number 1, fate is calling you, because Judgment is about the higher plan that is in store for you from divinity and your destiny and all, however you want to call it. But at the same time, it's about you developing the judgment, actually, literally the judgment, your judgment, which again is falling in line with the King of Swords and the number 4 on that card of the Oak. So there's clearly some kind of a message that you need to learn to control your lower impulses. And also, I didn't finish, the alternative to the Judgment is the Moon card, which is a card that speaks of instincts, of unconsciousness, and most importantly, emotions. But the Moon card in particular tends to have a negative connotation in tarot. So it's not like the Moon energy in astrology. It's more like it speaks of the inner battle between the spiritual side of a person and the wild side of a person, which is instincts, baser instincts, impulses, everything that is unconscious, everything that is in the id, you know, from that, if you're familiar with that concept in psychology. So this is clearly about, you know, the message from Spirit is here that you need to focus on discipline. You actually, again, have the message of learning to choose wisely, because you have the Chariot and you have the 4 of Cups underneath, right? And the Two of Swords in itself speaks of choice. So you have the 4 of Cups is about boundaries. It's about making the right choices. It tells you don't jump to a decision, don't jump to make a decision or a choice just because just because you are fearing the lack of options, right? So let's say you have been looking for a job for a long time, let's say, and now you finally get an offer and you immediately jump into it without reading the contract properly, or without, reading the fine print or thinking things through, or on how this is going to play out and impact you, right? So Spirit is telling you that you should carefully weigh the pros and cons of every decision and think about the potential consequences. And only after you have established your boundaries and have decided, this is what I want out of life, let's say, or this is what I want my life to look like 5 years from now, only then go head first and put all your energy into that direction. Don't just throw yourself head first into action and waste your energy on things that are not relevant to your higher plan, let's say. This is clearly what I see. Now, there are adjacent messages here. We have, there's clearly some message here. For some of you, take it how it resonates, but you're going to have to make some kind of a choice this month, or maybe multiple choices. For some of you, this could be specifically about relationships. Since you have the Devil here and the King of Swords, this is showing temptation through lust. You could be having an infatuation with someone that is maybe entirely superficial, like either it's based on physical attraction, or maybe it's based on subconscious unmet needs from childhood, like you're projecting your unmet needs onto this person. Or on the other hand, for some of you, it could be a professional choice, like I mentioned. So in this case, it could be you're choosing, let's say you're going for the things that look like the shiniest object, that maybe offer the most money, the most status initially, without thinking about how this is going to play out in the long term with respect to your plans and how you want your life to look. Another very basic message, which is probably true irrespective of the other ones, is that you're going to have to be disciplined and focused during this month to reap the rewards of the opportunities that are going to be laid in front of you, because there will be opportunities, because this old card said that there are going to be opportunities this month. Some of them you may not even see, actually, but the message actually from Spirit is that it's very important for you to keep your head clear and not be distracted this month, because there might be opportunities showing up, and if you don't have a clear head, and if you are emotional, or for some of you very specifically, the Devil could show you have addictions, bad habits, even substance abuse issues. So it's telling you to steer clear from these issues, because you're going to be offered some big opportunities if you keep your discipline and your focus. This one is particularly interesting here because you have the Earth Mother and the Hermit underneath. Now, for some of you specifically, this could be about you being a single parent, because the Earth Mother is very much, it's the Empress, and it's very much connected to fertility, beauty, Venusian things, right? And you have the Hermit underneath. This could be about you being a single parent and learning to navigate that. But in general, irrespective of this status, your relationship status, or whether you have kids, this is a message of don't waste, again, it's a repeated message the way that I see it. It's like, don't waste your energy, especially your love, because see, the Earth Mother to me is very much connected to Taurus and Venus, actually, and maybe a little bit of Jupiter as well. So it's kind of a repeated theme of, don't waste your energy, especially your feminine energy, your nurturing, your love, your affection, on people that are not right for you. People who don't really see you for who you are. They don't want to get to know you for who you are. They don't really care about the real you. You know what I mean? Maybe they're only drawn to you because of your looks, or maybe they like some things about you, but they're not willing to accept the full package. That's what the Hermit stands for. The Hermit stands for having the courage, and this is again going hand in hand with these other messages. The Hermit stands for the courage to be alone, basically, to burn bridges. If you feel that you are around people who don't love you, who don't really support you, or like maybe there might be things there that you like about a person, but you can sense that this person doesn't really see you for who you are, doesn't really make you feel accepted on a soul level. They're not really part of your tribe. They don't really care 100% about your happiness. Then ditch them. You know, having that courage to say, no, I'm going to choose myself. I'm going to choose to preserve my energy for someone who is worth it. I feel with the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords underneath, there's going to be some heartbreak irrespective of what decision you make here. Now, on a very simple, basic level, this could just mean it's going to be painful to get rid of bad habits, well, which is something that nobody can deny, right? If you have substance abuse issues, or if you have just a lot of bad habits, you have to work through a lot of distractions, then it's going to take, you know, the process of weeding those out is going to be quite painful, quite difficult. It's not going to be easy, right? So if you choose to take the path of discipline, which Spirit is encouraging here, you're still going to suffer, but you're going to suffer comparatively much less than if you just leave things to go unchecked and you take the path of the Moon here, which is to go with your subconscious and primitive, let's say, impulses, and also the devil, right? This really, it makes me think of those lines from, there was this song by The Doors, I don't remember which one, but where they sang, some are born to sweet delight, some are born to endless night. This is what it makes me think of, like, the devil and the moon are basically the endless night. Now, true, that song is about, you know, how people are, their circumstances are at birth maybe, or discrimination. But in this situation, you can see it as the difference between these two paths that is shown here by the cards, right? So if you take the path of judgment, if you take the path of clarity and staying focused and true to yourself and your plans and what you want your life to look like, you are heading towards the path of sweet delight. If you're just, you know, taking your hands off the wheel and just doing whatever you feel like, you're heading towards the devil in the moon, right? So you're looking for endless night. This is pretty much what I see here. The interesting thing is you have a lot of number 4s, which should suggest rigidity. But then you also have here number 31, be spontaneous. The way that I would read this is, it doesn't mean, again, that you should just give in to any impulse. That's not what be spontaneous means. But it does mean learn to spot opportunities when they arise. There might be, like I said, opportunities showing up that you may not even notice, because maybe, again, if you're not disciplined, if you don't keep your head clear, you could be too distracted, too in your head, maybe, you know, your mind is in a haze, and you won't be able to see them in time to make the most of them. So this is why Spirit, I think, is really, really emphasizing this message of you needing to work on your habits and work on your mind, and also having a plan for your life, I feel, because you also have here giraffe visionary and owl magic. Spirit is clearly telling you that you have more control over your life than you think right now. With the moon coming up also, I always say this when the moon, almost always when the moon comes out, especially in this context, this could be an invitation for you to seek therapy. Or if you don't have the ability or the inclination to go to therapy, then at least, you know, maybe do some self-study, pick up a book on psychology, read up on, try to understand yourself maybe, because the moon generally shows that there could be a lot of subconscious patterns like limiting beliefs, early childhood trauma. Usually with the moon, you're looking at lifelong issues that stem all the way in childhood. things that are influencing the way you see things, the way you think. So it's really important for you to work on healing and understanding your blind spots. And look at this, you have the Seven of Pentacles and the Temperance. So this is showing me that you have started to work on something. This could be a profession, this could be a job, whatever it is that you have been putting a lot of effort into in recent history. And you have the Temperance underneath. So I feel like Spirit here is telling you you're going to have to blend two different activities this month. You might have an idea or an opportunity, for instance, to bridge two activities that would otherwise seem like they are not connected or not, paradoxical. This could even be like a business idea that is going to come up for some of you, so pay attention. But this is probably also why Spirit is telling you keep your head clear. Work on your lifestyle. And like I explained already, the Chariot and the Four of Cups. And this one is a happy ending here. This is Spirit telling you, look what is waiting for you at the end of this long and winding road. You have the Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles underneath. So this is like a jackpot. You're looking at Four of Wands, which to me, again, we have the number 4. You have so many number 4s here. Amazing, which is all about hard work, discipline, organization. And the Four of Wands is also a card that is extremely positive, and so is the Ace of Pentacles. So again, we see that Spirit is linking your happiness to this idea of you needing to stay focused, disciplined, keeping your eyes on the prize, staying true to yourself. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel the message is you're going to get everything you want. This Four of Wands shows general contentment. It means a home. It means potentially a business. It means overall contentment, like I said, in life. So a happy home, a happy professional life, the works, children, whatever it is that you want. And we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is like a gift. This is going to come to you like a gift. So I actually feel in this pile that there's a strong karmic message here because of the Judgment and because of this. So it's like Spirit is telling you, look, you're going through some stuff. Maybe some of the stuff that you have gone through and you're still going through is karmic. There could have been things that happened in your life that were unfair, very unfair. But if you stick to it, if you rise to the challenge, you're having a great happy ending here. Now, I couldn't tell you if this is going to happen by the end of the month, but I feel like with respect to the message overall, it's that these are the things that are important for you to focus on during this month, all right? Keeping your eyes on the prize, and this will come. Now, at some point, it will show up for you. This is really amazing. I mean, pretty great messages, the way that they lined up. And it's also particularly, and I also should mention this, you have the number 14 here, and you have the number 41, which boils down to a 5 in numerology, which is Mercury. And here, it boils down to a 5 in numerology as well, which is also Mercury. But 14 is a karmic number in numerology, which shows a negative expression of the number 5. It shows that in past lives, you could have been a person who, again, was very much into that devil and moon energy. So your natural tendency is to not be disciplined, is to be scattered, to be non-committal, to not commit to anything or anyone in particular. And because of this, in this lifetime, you have to learn to control yourself. You have to learn your discipline. You have to learn to make plans and stick to them. And, no matter what. This is a really strong message here. So I hope that you will listen to it, because clearly there's a reason why these things lined up the way that they did. So I'm going to go get my astrological notes as well. Okay, so Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the Jade Crystal. What is the month of November going to bring for them? What is the month of November going to bring for pile number 1? All right. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? What is the month of November going to bring for them? What should they focus? What should they listen? What should they hear right now? Okay, that's enough. So let's see. We have the 7th house. This is interesting. So for some of you, I think this could be specifically about a business, about a side hustle, or this could be about relationships. 6th house, but it's about partnerships in any case. This is 6th house, which is a house of service. And oh my God, this is a strong confirmation of what I said, because the 6th house is ruled by Virgo, corresponds to Virgo, and it's ruled by Mercury. And the 6th house has to do with daily habits, routines. So that's what has to be revised in your life. 10th house is the house of career and social responsibility. 8th house is also the house of change and embracing change. Yeah, embracing change. That's a strong message that I also should have mentioned. 1st house, which is the focus on yourself, your personality, your physical body. We have Mula Nakshatra, which is ruled by Ketu, Sagittarius, falls in Sagittarius. We have Pusha, which falls in Cancer, is ruled by Saturn, which is the planet of discipline and hard work, like I said. We have Mrigashira, which is ruled by Mars, which has to do with investigations and intellect and a bunch of other things. Purva Falguni, wow, we have conflicting energies already. See what I mean? Purva Falguni is ruled by Venus, and it's all about sugar, spice, and everything nice. So Purva Falguni is not about hard work. Anuradha, which is ruled by Saturn. So we have 2 Saturn rule nakshatras already, reinforcing what I said, which falls in Scorpio as well. So we have that devil energy going on. And we have all 3 nakshatras, which are ruled by Saturn, Uttara Bhadrapada as well. So Saturn is clearly reinforcing the discipline issue. All right, we have Jyeshta, which is Mercury, and again, Scorpio. There's that devil energy. You have Scorpio going on a lot. And we have Ashwini, which is ruled by Ketu. And Ketu is also the co-ruler of Scorpio. So there's a particularly strong scorpionic energy in this pile. Right? So your energy right now is very tempted. Mercury, very strong confirmation of what I said, with the number 5 showing up. Also the 6th house, which is ruled by Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. And we have, holy crap, Scorpio again. Very strong confirmations. And Aquarius. Oh my God, Aquarius to me, and I've mentioned this in many readings, is absolutely the King of Swords energy. The King and Queen of Swords energy. So very, very strong confirmations, pile number 1, that you are being called. It's like that game, Call of Duty. This is what I'm seeing. It's like you're being called to focus on the higher plan of your life. This is why you have Giraffe and Visionary, right? So focus on profession and justice. The 7th house is also ruled by Libra. So again, there's kind of that focus of the 2 of Swords that I said, which is to ponder the pros and cons of a situation, to think things through before taking an action, you know, as opposed to throwing yourself headfirst into things. You also have the strong Scorpio energy. So I definitely feel, because Scorpio is very much connected to psychology, more than any other sign. Actually, the 8th house and Scorpio are very connected to psychology. So I definitely think that some of you could be, you know, working through maybe some psychological issues. Maybe you're even going to therapy, which is a good thing. But like I said, if you don't want to go to therapy, you can just pick up books about the topics that are of your concern, like healing yourself, parenting yourself. You know, there are loads of them out there. So the 1st house and the 6th house, very specifically for some of you, this is about focusing on health issues. If you know that you have had health issues in general, whether they are mental or physical, this is about Spirit again telling you how important it is to have a healthy routine, with the 6th house and the 1st house showing up. Some of you are potentially going through some kind of transformation, even a physical transformation, improving yourselves. This is if you stick to, you know, a more disciplined approach to life. And I also see the 10th house, there is going to be some opportunity connected to career. For some of you, it could be even partnerships with the 7th house as well. And I was just thinking now, because you have the devil, like I said, and you have that 3 of Swords, Some of you could have recently gone, or you might be going through some kind of a heartbreak. But I think considering the rest of the pile, the rest of the spread, the message is more like be careful not to be sidetracked, maybe by some other romantic interest, because again, it boils down to that topic of discipline. So I think many of you maybe are in a relationship, but you have been tempted by someone outside of that relationship. And I think this is, now I'm not telling anyone what to do with their lives or anything, but I think this is spirit telling you, are you, like, think things through. Like, are you truly in love with another person, or are you just in lust, or are you just bored and you want something else, right? So again, it boils down to that, what is it that you want your life to look like? And always look at things from the big picture. Don't just think about the immediate decisions, right? So we have, again, Mercury, Scorpio, like I said, very strong confirmations. Definitely, I think for some of you, the topic of business, money, you might be juggling multiple activities. You might get opportunities and activities in a business, financially, like this Ace of Pentacles suggested. So you might be seeing an increase of your finances, basically, to put it generally. And for some of you, you could be dealing with your sibling, like the relationship with the siblings could be to come to the forefront this month. Maybe dealing through some karmic issues with the siblings as well. We also have with the Scorpio and Mrigashira and Jyeshta, all of the Scorpio 8th house energy and Ketu. Very specifically for those of you who are thinking of researching anything. And again, researching, of course, can also further emphasize the psychology topic. You could be researching, let's say, your own family history or your own traumas, whatever it is. But this is a great time to focus on that. And any kind of research activity is very much favored during this time. Anuradha could go actually both ways. So some of you, with Anuradha showing up, for some of you, the addiction is work itself. All right. So I should have mentioned this because workaholism is also a form of addiction. So basically, again, but the messages overall are the same, which is that you need to focus on what it is you want out of life in the long term. What is the most important thing for you? So don't use anything, any activity or any substance or any person as an escape from yourself. That's the overall message. Think things through, like, are you happy with your current circumstances? If not, what is it that you need to do to change them? And remember, because Spirit has told you this, a lot of this depends on you. A lot of your life circumstances, a lot of how your life is going to progress from now on depends on your attitude and your actions. And yeah, so I feel like some of you really need to hear that. Maybe you have really let yourselves go in some areas, some of you, or just have lived on autopilot for a long time. So I think Spirit is giving you like a reminder, like, hey, you can choose to change things about your life. You don't have to live a life that you're not happy with or that is not leading you in the right direction. This is really specific with Ashwini. Some of you could like to spend time with horses. You might have an opportunity to spend time with horses in November. Some of you could have the opportunity to work with, animals, yes, animals as well. But for some of you, you could be living by the sea, traveling by the sea. You could be focused on something connected to water, fish, stuff like that. Pushya is a nurturing energy. Yeah, so Pushya, again, to me, makes me think of, Pushya is kind of like a confirmation of the Empress. So it's, like I said, about not wasting your energy on people that are not worth it on the one hand, but it's also about loving yourself, being kind to yourself as well. So it's like, yeah, you should be disciplined, but then don't beat yourself up. Always focus on the progress that you have made, not the things that maybe are not perfect about you right now. The Purva Falguni one is really interesting. See, but again, because this depends on the person that is watching this, obviously, there's going to be different scenarios. So for some of you, you could have been super workaholic. So for those of you, you need to actually focus on this Purva Falguni energy of like loosening up, enjoying yourself, being kinder to yourself, being patient to yourself, towards yourself. For others, it's the opposite, right? You need to let go of this overindulgence and being sidetracked all the time and become more focused, more organized, more disciplined. I definitely think for some of you, this is definitely something to do with an elder sibling. Some of you, very specific. There could be some karmic relationship with an elder sibling that you're going to have to, somehow, something's going to happen with respect to the sibling this month. For some of you, you have the opportunity, because of all these business cards and also the Ace of Pentacles. This is especially for those of you who maybe have not been independent financially at any point. You know, you didn't do your own thing. You don't have a side hustle. You're going to be particularly focused on the side hustle during this time, or it could be that you're going to have more opportunities to attract more business, to increase your finances and all that during this time. This is really specific, but some of you could be focusing on a foreign language during this time. And if you are trying to learn a foreign language, I feel like Spirit is telling you you're on the right path. Like somehow this is going to be important for you in the future. But with Aquarius and Scorpio, the message is you need to be yourself. You need to be yourself. But try to balance sticking to your guns on the one hand, so like staying true to yourself, being authentic, with at the same time recognizing opportunities and not letting opportunities go by because you don't want to change, you know, because you're too stubborn about being stuck in your old ways. So understand that while it's important to be authentic, you shouldn't confuse any change with lack of authenticity, or in other words, be careful that you don't over-identify with the wrong things, right? So I know this is getting into psychology, but since this topic came out, I feel like I should say it. Basically, let's say if you have identified with, well, I have the role of the scapegoat in the family, like some people are raised in narcissistic families, don't think that, oh, I need to stick in this role because otherwise nobody's gonna love me, or like my family's gonna hate me or something, you know what I mean? So, but I think this has to do again with more unconscious beliefs. Try to understand, where are your limiting beliefs, where are your subconscious beliefs leading you. You know, this is why you also have Mercury, which is, as opposed to the moon, you know, Mercury is about consciousness. It's about thinking things through. It's about weighing the pros and cons. So yeah, this is overall like Spirit telling you to trust your judgment, to learn to trust your judgment. That's a strong one, actually, that just came out to me, and it really fits with the rest of the spread. Mercury and judgment coming out. Trusting your judgment is very important. I really think that some of you, you need to hear this, in the sense that the only way to this is also why you have the Chariot and the Four of Cups underneath, because the Chariot is kind of a bulldozing energy, and the Four of Cups is kind of a, you know, wishy-washy sort of vibe. It's about, this is why the Four of Cups is about learning to stand your ground and have boundaries and discernment. So I feel like Spirit is almost telling you, like, the only way forward is through, you know, like the only way to, let's say, gain confidence in yourself and your judgment is by making decisions and making mistakes and learning along the way. You know, so don't think that, oh, I'm so terrified of making a decision that I'm just going to be stuck in limbo because I'm so terrified of the consequences of the wrong decision. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number one. And I definitely think it was very complex, really cool. I mean, I don't know. I haven't felt like such a clear reading, honestly, in a while. Like, the messages just really lined up in my head one after another. So I feel like Spirit really wanted you to get this message. So I hope that you will consider it. yeah, and if you have liked this reading, don't forget to please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video, and also if you're interested in a private tarot reading, check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me for a pricing list and reading options, and also I can send you sample readings if you're curious. And also in the video description, I've left a link to reviews I've gotten for private tarot readings if you're curious to see them. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. I do focus mostly on Vedic astrology, but I am very familiar with tropical as well, and I use some tropical insights as well because I come from that background. So if you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with Renewal of Peace and or this calcite, this blue calcite crystal. So this is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip through it, because I will be taking my time. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the blue calcite. What is the month of November 2023 gonna bring for them? Yeah, this one. All right. So we have Heron, patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. Nice. Owl, magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Nice. Right, I'm going to get another card. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the blue calcite. What is the month of November 2023 going to bring? All right, we have 41, masculine, north. Oh my god. This card came out for pile number 1 as well, and so did this one. So if you feel drawn to pile number 1 at all, you might want to check it out. All right, so I'm going to read the description from the booklet. I am the mighty oak. I am strength. I am longevity. My powerful presence increases confidence and magnifies opportunities. You are in the right place at the right time. Within my shadow, you will feel secure and protected. My vitality and productivity are yours. The magic within the acorn nourishes relationships. Through my ancient energies and powers, you are healed and enriched. I am the courageous warrior of the boreal forests. All right. Very nice. All right. So I'm going to get, I'm going to put it here. All right. I'm going to get some tarot cards. Let's see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the blue calcite. Tell me what's happening for them in November 2023. What is the month of November 2023 bringing for them? What is the month of November 2023 bringing for pile number 2? All right, so let's see. We have Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords, the Strength card, the 9 of Cups, wow, the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Cups. Are you kidding me? Yo. These are some very strong cards. I'm liking this already. All right, Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. The people chose the blue calcite. The blue calcite, Spirit. What is the month of November 2023 bringing for them? What do they need to know? Tell me. Yeah, okay. So let's see. We have the Two of Swords. I can't. Pile number 1 had this. Oh my God, the Devil. The Four of Pentacles underneath the Four of Swords. The Two of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles. The High Priestess underneath the Ace of Cups. And the Magician. Very strong cards. Hold on. Had to fix the camera a bit. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to clarify the Two of Swords. Spirit, please clarify the Two of Swords for me. What are the two paths shown by the Two of Swords here? What are the two paths shown by the Two of Swords? Spirit, tell me. Okay. Okay, the Hanged Man and the Six of Wands. All right. Spirit, please clarify the Six of Wands for me. We have Justice. Please clarify the Hanged Man, Spirit. The Moon. All right. So, pile number 2, can I just say you have quite a few cards in common with pile number 1. So if you feel drawn to it, you might want to check it out, but only if you feel drawn to it. Otherwise, you're probably going to get all the messages you need from this one. So these are the clarifications of the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords tends to show a crossroads between two separate paths or energies. And for you, the two separate paths that came out are the Six of Wands clarified by the Justice and the Hanged Man clarified by the Moon. So pile number 2, you actually have, similarly to pile number 1, you have this message that you need to focus on discipline. You need to focus on mastering your unconscious side, your subconscious, your, how should I put it? Your daily routines, right? So your habits, your everyday routines become very important. It's really important for you to be stable, to work on understanding yourself, healing yourself emotionally. I also see specifically for you that rest is very important for you. And I feel, especially for some of you who need to hear this, because you have the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles underneath, I think that Spirit is telling you it's more important for you to rest right now than to focus on your riches. So, again, take this how it resonates. It probably isn't for everyone, but I feel like some of you maybe are feeling bad that you're not making enough money or you're not progressing fast enough in your career. So the message here is it's more important for you right now to focus on recovering, resting, taking your time, your energy, getting enough sleep and all that, than to chase big goals during this time, because you have this Four of Pentacles underneath. So I think in a way Spirit is telling you that you shouldn't be so concerned with finances and your career that you are risking your health. I feel like some of you maybe even have had burnout before, or you're getting close to burnout. So this is the general message that I'm getting, like someone who is really strung out, really tired, and needs to rest. You do have a lot of number 8s as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if you have maybe some strong Scorpio placements, or right now you're in a pretty Scorpionic energy. So there is a message of you needing to focus on discipline, diligence, working on your goal, and on your working towards your wishes very diligently. The message here clearly states that you will get your wishes through hard work and perseverance and caution to some extent. But the message is, I think for most of you, that you are on the right path, especially if you have already started working on something, some kind of passion project or a career or studies. This message in particular here, this could show that you might get a second chance at something during this time. It's two messages in one. You might get a second chance at something you have wanted to do during this time. But another way to look at it, as which both of them could be equally valid, is that you're on the fence about something, which is actually reinforcing the Two of Swords here. So maybe you're sitting on a decision, maybe you have avoided, procrastinated on a particular decision. Spirit is telling you need to stay strong during these times of, turbulence, and to be decisive, because you have the Strength here with the Lion, and then you have the Two of Wands, which speaks of hesitation, of fears holding you back. So I think Spirit is telling you that you need to forge ahead to get whatever it is that you want to achieve. And this is actually reinforced here by the description of the Two of Swords. You have the Six of Wands clarified by Justice, which Justice also is a number 8. Holy crap. All right. So this shows, the message here is that if you follow discipline, hard work, dedication, commitment, if you maintain your focus, you will reach success. You will reach the Six of Wands. If you give into impulses, into subconscious limiting beliefs or emotions, and just get carried away, you will be stuck in limbo indefinitely. This is how I would read these cards. Because you have the Hanged Man clarified by the Moon. That's not a happy place to be in. The way to achieve emotional success. See, it's interesting here because you have the number 18, which boils down to a 9, and here you have the number 9 as well. So this one is a negative card, this one is a positive card. So again, the way to achieve your happiness emotionally, I think for you, emotions are particularly important. Emotional health, maybe could be something connected to relationships as well. You also have this here with patience reinforced. Such a strong message. Oh my God. But anyway, yeah, the message is definitely your happiness lies at the end of a long road of hard work, discipline, planning, organizing, not leaving things to chance, but also adapting to change, being flexible. Yet again, we see the same message here. So 3 times so far, 3 or 4 times. We have the Four of Wands with the Devil underneath. So in order to achieve the 4 Wands, which, can you just notice how many 4s you have here? You have 4, 4, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 4 of Wands. Let's see, any others? No, all right. But you do have the number 4 here. You have the number 4 here. And you have the number 13 here, which is a karmic number, which is it's a number that boils down to a 4 in numerology, but it's a karmic number, which shows that in past lives, you haven't been committed enough. You haven't been disciplined enough. So the message here is that the path to achieving the success you want, the happiness, the money, the relationship, everything you ever wanted, your wishes, because the Nine of Cups is about your wishes in general, is by mastering the dark side of your psyche, the subconscious side, the emotionals, the addictions, the bad habits, anything that might be getting in the way of your success. And you have a particularly strong message here of, first of all, you have a lot of Moon energy as well. The Moon came out as well, but you also have that represented through the number 2s that came out here with the High Priestess as well. So you're definitely going to be going through sensitivity, high sensitivity. So I think for many of you, you could be a very sensitive person. So I think Spirit is telling you, you need to work on your discipline, yes, but you should also be kind to yourself, all right? Be understanding. don't try to bully yourself. Don't become the voices in your head that you have tried to avoid, basically, for most of your life. If you've had critical parents or abusive people in your life, because the moon shows, deeply rooted, deeply seated vulnerabilities, traumas that come from the past and now are influencing you from the subconscious side of your mind. The moon is basically the opposite of rational thinking, right? The opposite of consciousness. It's unconsciousness. And it speaks, actually, the card itself in tarot speaks of the battle between the conscious and the subconscious mind, and learning to become aware of what your bad habits are, what your limiting beliefs could be. The moon in Vedic astrology also rules the mind for similar reasons, actually, because again, if you don't master your mind, your mind will be full of subconscious programmings that may or may not have anything to do with who you want to be in life or your interests. They may not support your interests. So again, this for some of you, as I've said for pile number one, actually, because pile number one also had the moon come out as a clarification for one of those cards, and also had the Two of Swords, and also had the Devil. So yeah, for those of you who were in a bunch of other cards as well. So if you felt drawn to pile number one, definitely check it out. But I said this for pile number one as well, that therapy would be in order. So if you have the ability, the inclination to go to therapy, this would be a great time to do it. But if you don't have that option, or you're not inclined, or you don't have the financial ability, then it's a good time to learn more about your subconscious, right? Also doing things like meditations, yoga, because of this Four of Swords energy. This is an energy here that speaks a lot about going within, relaxing, trying to understand yourself, taking things easy, all right? While it does say you should be focusing on cultivating healthy routines and resting and all that, it's also telling you at the same time to focus on your progress, to be very gentle with yourself, to understand that you need rest, to understand that it's going to take time to heal from, God knows how many past traumas, or how many years of bad experiences and limiting beliefs and whatnot. And maybe it could also refer to physical health, or with respect to bad habits, building routines, building discipline. That takes time. So you need to be patient with yourself. And we have the Ace of Cups, yeah, like I said, with the High Priestess. So again, this speaks of heightened sensitivity to your environment emotionally as well. I also feel like this can show you need to own your emotions. Just allow your emotions to be. Just allow yourself to feel what you feel. And don't beat yourself up. If you need to cry, then cry. This is how I would read it. There's like an overflowing of emotions happening here. And I feel like for some of you, you might feel particularly more emotional during this time. You might be like wondering, where are these emotions coming from? For some of you specifically, you're going to find a renewal of love, but this may or may not be connected to romance, all right? I actually don't see, well, actually, wait, yeah, here, the Ten of Cups, but the fact that this comes before the Ten of Cups, this makes me think of, this is first of all about loving yourself and healing yourself. I feel like the message here is you will get to this Ten of Cups and the Magician once you go through all of this, once you go through this self-love, filling your own cup, so to speak, and understanding yourself and having self-compassion and accepting your sensitivity, accepting yourself for who you are in essence, not just how other people define you, through your career, through your money, through your status, and so on. Basically, looking for a soul connection will bring you to this happy home situation. The Magician is, you also have Owl with magic, and you have the Magician. So Spirit is telling you that you have a lot of powers of manifestation. Spirit is telling you that you are stronger than you think, actually, through these piles, because we also have the Strength card. So I think Spirit is giving you a nudge that, hey, you've made progress. You're working towards things. You are heading in the right direction. Don't beat yourself up. You're on the right track. And you have the ability to create your reality. Never forget that. And look at what this message says. You know, let's see. It says, choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. And here with the heron, we have a particular message about creating a place in nature's stillness and be renewed, which is very strong confirmation of the Four of Swords. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. So many strong, repeating, confirming messages. So this is a time for you mostly of healing, renewal, and I would say slow and steady progress. So let's see what the astrological notes have to say. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. What do they need to know about the month of November 2023? What is coming for them in the month of November 2023? Spirit, tell me. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2 for the month of November 2023? What is coming for them? What should they focus on in November 2023? Did I say 2022? 2023, Spirit. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Tell me, Spirit. Tell me. Okay. All right, so let's see. We have the 6th house. This one came out for pile number 1 as well. Not surprising because it speaks of daily routines. Your daily routines have to be under revision, working on building a healthy routine, also focusing on your health, overall, your health. 11th house is the house of friendships, social networks, older siblings, so there could be something connected to that. 1st house is the physical body, vitality, your sense of self, and confidence. All of these things will have to be a focus for you during this month. 8th house is strong confirmation of all the number 8s that we've seen. This is Scorpio energy. This speaks of changes lying ahead. There could be some upheavals happening. It speaks of your need to embrace change and to be more flexible. 7th house, I cannot. So like we already have like 3 or 4 houses that also came out for pile number 1. So 7th house is the house of marriage and or business. Particularly, it's about partnerships. So it's connected to Libra, and it's actually connected to the Justice card, if you ask me as well. 1st house, all right, so the physical body is particularly a focus. 10th house is the house of career. So again, this is a confirmation of all the Pentacle cards that came out with the 8 of Pentacles especially. And 11th house came out twice. So 11th house is particularly strong as well. This could show that dealings with elder siblings could be particularly important, with friends, with your network circles, maybe keeping those things in check, rethinking some relationships or working on mending some relationships. All of these things could be a focus. Let's see more. This, by the way, 11th house is also the house of gains. So you could be gaining something with respect to anything actually in life. So yeah, you might be looking at some wish fulfillment. Scorpio, strong confirmation. Scorpio also came out for pile number 1. I can't deal. All right. Libra. All right. Very strong confirmation of the Justice happening as well. I actually just realized this now. Justice was clarifying the 6 of Wands, and the number 6 is ruled by Venus as well. So the Justice card in itself is very much connected to Libra through symbolism. And then we have also clarifying the 6 of Wands, which is about Venus. Right, so I feel like Spirit is telling you, you need to focus on learning partnerships and how to compromise maybe, and diplomacy. I don't want to say compromise because that's a dirty word. But working on diplomacy, understanding people, and learning how to communicate with people is going to be very important during this time. Aries speaks of working on your confidence and your assertiveness. And the fact that you have both of these signs, which are opposite to one another in the zodiac, it speaks of, again, balancing. You need to balance your needs with the needs of those around you and the world at large. We have the sun. So again, the sun is confidence, vitality, life purpose. So all of these things have to be focused on. Oh my God, Saturn is a confirmation of pretty much everything that I've said. You need to focus on discipline, hard work, patience, right? You have repeated messages of needing to be patient during this time. And Pisces, last but not least, which is connected to faith, emotions. We have, like I said, with all these cups going on, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Cups, those are emotions brimming under the surface, right? Or boiling under the surface. Magha Nakshatra, which falls in Leo, so we have more sun energy, but we also have Ketu. All right, so this is connected to fame, recognition, and ancestors. You could be healing ancestral karmas. Again, it can be a confirmation of what I said with therapy. You could be learning more about your family heritage and learning how to handle things like, you know, ancestral wounds and traumas. We have Chitra, which is ruled by Mars, which is also connected to Libra as well, and Virgo. This is very interesting. Urtara Falguni, which is ruled by the sun. So we have a lot of sun energy, pile number 2. The sun, it speaks of vitality. So actually the way that I see it is it's a strong confirmation of the four of swords for one that came out. Also the magician, because the magician is the number 1 as well. You also have the ace, which is the number 1. So I'm not surprised that sun came out. So you need to focus on your healing your vitality and getting back in touch with your heart's desire. Danisha, which is ruled by Mars, so we have particularly strong Mars energy as well, which is Capricorn, Aquarius. Vishaka, which is ruled by Jupiter, falls in Libra and Scorpio. So Libra is really strong. Purva Ashata, which is ruled by Venus, loads of Venus going on, falling in Sagittarius. Punarvasu, which is ruled by Jupiter, falls in Cancer. Bharani, which is ruled by Venus and falls in Aries. So we have strong Aries, more Leo. Like you have all the Leo nakshatras here. So the entire sign of Leo is covered. Very strong sun energy, like I said. Swati, which is Libra, the whole sign of Libra is covered as well. And by the way, for those of you who think that this is a lot of nakshatras, there are 27 of them. So it's still not that much. Jyeshta, which is falling in Scorpio, again, ruled by Mercury. And Pushya, which is, again, ruled by Saturn and falls in Cancer. Wow. Very, very many messages. So, confirmations, again, very many confirmations. So, as I said, you need to focus on discipline. This is coming out very strongly with Saturn. But with the sun, this is interesting because you have two sets of opposing energies shown here. You have Aries and Libra, which are opposite energies. And then you have Saturn and the sun, which are also opposite energies. Because Saturn rules Aquarius, which is the sun, which is the opposite sign from Leo, which is the sign that the sun rules. In any case, this clearly shows to me that you have to balance, as I said originally, your needs against the needs of others. So you need to figure out a sweet spot between, you know, doing what you want and what you need on a very selfish level, and then also making sure that you are giving to others as well. And I feel like this is very specific for some of you. Maybe for a lot of you, you have been overly focusing on your partner and, you know, you have forgotten yourself in the process to the point where maybe you've even lost yourself in someone else or someone else's life. On the other hand, it could be the complete opposite. You know, it could have been that you were too selfish and you have completely lost sight of what other people needed from you, especially your romantic partners, but I think also family. This is really specific, but for some of you, children could be of the issue. So really specific because it's not a repeated theme, but I just got this feeling right now that something with children could be an issue. Like, you know, you might be focusing on having a child, or yeah, if you have children, or working with children might become important during this time. Being a teacher could become important during this time. So this is what I'm getting here. let's see. Oh yeah, with like I said, 10th house and 11th house coming out. So there is, as I said, also with the 8 of Pentacles, there is this message that you are working towards the right direction, that you are seeing slow and steady progress. However, you also need to balance that with your health and not get to the point where you are sacrificing your health in order to gain materially or with respect to social status. We have the 6th house, which reinforces everything that I said here, because you need to figure out a way to be of service in a way that is not detrimental to you personally and your interests. Very specific. Some of you could be you could have something to do with foreign languages during this time. Maybe you're going to learn a foreign language. You might be traveling to a place where there's a foreign language being spoken. I think traveling is actually less likely because I don't see repeated themes of travel here. But something to do could be something to do with foreign languages, maybe even programming languages, actually. Some of you could be focusing on that. If you find yourself in that category, or if you feel that resonates, it's definitely a confirmation from Spirit that you are on the right track and that you should keep going with that. Here we have, let's see, we have, Scorpio, like I said. So you're definitely in a phase of transformation overall, like I said. And also something that I forgot to say, but because I guess I thought it was kind of obvious, but it's not, that you have the 2 of Swords. And like I said, the 2 of Swords can show 2 separate paths. So as I said, your one path is basically being stuck in limbo and not working through your issues, your emotions, and all that. And the other path is finding the rational path, learning the art of, again, for lack of a better word, the art of compromise, and diligently working towards your goal, taking things step by step and through diplomacy and hard work, reaching your success. So for everyone, irrespective of their situations, you might be really at a crossroads, during this time, and this month might be particularly important for you when it comes to how you focus your energy. This is why it's really important to basically listen to this advice and start working on yourself, start understanding yourself. Take time to meditate, take time to rest, and not push yourself further, especially if you're close to burnout or if you've had physical problems, health problems, I mean. So with Danishta and Magha, both of them showing up, I feel like some of you could see an increase in your popularity, in your fame, but it could also, by the same token, show that you might be working through ancestral stuff, like I said. Also with Chitra, so you actually have multiple nakshatras, and also with the sun, you have multiple nakshatras that show you might actually see an increase of your social status, of your recognition from the world. We also have this with the 10th house and the 11th house showing up twice, which is the house of gains and success. The 11th house in particular speaks of gains from the professional life or the career. So I definitely see this repeated theme that you might run into more recognition, more fame. See how this resonates. Maybe some of you are on social media. This could definitely be a thing because you have Swati here. Swati is very much connected to social media. A lot of famous actors and singers have Swati positions. So some of you see how that resonates. It could be you. And especially if you're also into arts, I feel like this is a time of creative inspiration. You might be getting a lot of ideas. Irrespective of your interests, actually, you might feel suddenly more interested in artistic expression, authenticity, basically getting in touch with who you really are, getting down to the basics, the essence of your being, maybe getting in touch with hobbies that you have long forgotten, maybe even some of them that can be traced back in childhood, things that you haven't done in a long time, and suddenly you're going to be remembering, like, hey, I used to enjoy that. Why don't I try it again? I see this happening, and this is all for your benefit. I feel like overall the message is don't ignore these ideas and urges that are coming to you just because you think that they're not productive or not leading towards your immediate professional growth. You know, this is the message that I get overall. Basically, take time to relax, take time to enjoy yourself, and get back in touch with what it is you really love to do. Because this is actually going to help you longer. It's going to help you a lot more in the long term. Very specifically, you might feel drawn more than usual towards photography, towards filmmaking, dancing, some of you singing, dancing, singing, yeah. But I see photography as a particularly strong one, photography and filmmaking. You could also be drawn to very strongly, also with the 8th house, to metaphysical stuff, metaphysical, esoteric things. You also have the magician there. So with Vishaka and Jyeshta as well. So the scorpionic energy, you might be yeah, more drawn to things like tarot, astrology, even more than usual, or maybe even witchcraft. You might be getting into that. With Pusha, there's a strong message again of having to nurture yourself, maybe nurturing others as well, but especially start by nurturing yourself, being kind to yourself, taking it one step at a time. I feel like there's a strong message of you being your own parent. Like this is a message that is coming through all of these astrological notes. Purva Ashadha, yeah. Some of you could be particularly drawn to the sea, to dealing with the sea or water activities, maybe fish tanks during this time more than usual. Also teaching. Teaching could be a thing for many of you. Teaching and learning are becoming very important because you have, oh my god, didn't I say you might get a second chance at something? It just hit me like a ton of bricks. Yeah, I said you might be getting a second chance to succeed at something that you have failed and you really wanted to succeed at. This Punarvasu is a strong confirmation of that. So you're having this repeated message now that some of you, I don't know, maybe you have tried something maybe you have tried something recently that you failed, something you really wanted to do. I don't know, you tried for a job, for a study program or something, whatever, see how it resonates. Maybe it could even be a relationship. Maybe you're trying to contact someone and it didn't work out. This is a strong message that you could succeed. You have stronger chances of succeeding the second time you try. So see how that resonates. All right, so this is pretty much what I see for you, pile number 2, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. I definitely have lots of strong confirmations. Spirit never disappoints, really. Can I just say that? All right, if you have, don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't done so already, it's free and it will only take a second, and it's the easiest way to support my channel. Also, please comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to share or ideas for future readings that you would like to hear. Also consider clicking on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new tarot reading. And if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me for a list of reading options with prices and also sample readings if you're curious to see some. I've also left a link to reviews I have gotten for private tarot readings in the video description if you're curious to see them. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also come from a tropical astrology background, so I sometimes use my insights from both of them. So if you're curious about astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this Tiger's Eye crystal and or this card, number 35, with Culmination of Vision. I'm very curious to see what you're going to get because the other two piles were quite similar to one another. So You also have number 35, which boils down to an 8 numerologically, which is strong Capricorn / Scorpio energy. Spirit, please Spirit, please tell me what is the month of November 2023 going to bring for pile number 3, the people who chose the, okay, people who chose the Tiger's Eye. People who chose the Tiger's Eye crystal, Spirit. What is the month of 2023 going to, November. You know what I mean, Spirit. You always know what I mean. All right, Lynx, keeper of secrets. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Wow. Okay, you're cat people. Cat independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. All right. Very nice. And now I'm going to get another card from this Shaman Wisdom Cards deck. Spirit, tell me about pile 3. Oh my god, I just realized you had the Tiger's Eye and you got the cat and the lynx. Oh my god. Spirit does have a weird sense of humor. No offense, Spirit. Can you please show me a card that describes the month of November 2023 for pile number 3, Spirit? Tell me what is happening. Okay. Right, we have 55, quartz, feminine, 7th chakra, water. All right. I have to read the description from the booklet. Okay, let's see. Number 55. I am quartz. I am your seer stone. Go within my crystalline rainbow and draw down fire from the heavens to energize and focus your thoughts. I am the amplifier of prayers and wishes, and I am here to help you realize your highest potential. It is a time of communications to transform your knowledge and combine it with universal and spiritual development to balance and counteract negative thought forms in all people. I am the reflection of all that is good. I am crystal. All right, so no pressure, pile number 3. But you have to clarify the thoughts of all people. So let's see. I'm really curious what the other cards are going to say. Okay. So far, it seems like you have a pretty strong message. Really interesting. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. The people who chose the Tiger's Eye crystal. What is the month of November 2023 going to bring them? What is the month of November 2023 going to bring them, Spirit? Yeah, this one as well. I don't know about this one. Okay, tell me, what is the month of November? You know what I mean. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the Magician. We have the Page of Cups. We have the 9 of Cups. We have the Temperance. And we have the 2 of Swords. I can't believe this. The 2 of Swords came out for every pile today. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the okay, this one just fell out. Let's see if this one comes out again. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Tell me, what is the month of November 2023 going to bring for them? The Ace of Swords, the Hanged Man, wow, the King of Cups, so many cups, the 9 of Wands, the Chariot, the Empress, and the Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay, so I already feel like for most of you, you are having a lot of emotional dealings. I feel like some of you are in love. Some of you might be considering whether to date a certain person. But before I continue, I'm going to clarify the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords came out here. Spirit, what are the two paths shown by the Two of Swords? Please clarify the Two of Swords for me. Right, so we have the, oh my God, the Lovers. Okay, what is the second path shown by the Two of Swords? Spirit, please show me. What is the second path shown by the Two of Swords? Please. All right. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, that's a pretty obvious dichotomy here. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to put it there. Spirit, please clarify the Ten of Pentacles for me. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, okay? So we have the Ten of Pentacles clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. And then let's see, clarify the Lovers for me, please. The World. We have the Lovers clarified by the World. Unbelievable. This is intense. Pile number 3. You might be going through a lot of intense emotions, a state of turmoil, or you have gone through the recent past. Unbelievable. You have so many cups, so like you're in a lot of watery energy. You're in a lot of you're in your feels, you know. Look at this. You are on the fence about a particular person. Either about a particular person, or a particular feeling, or it could be both, of course. But I think mostly for you, it's about something romantic here. Like you're falling in love with someone, you have fallen in love with someone, or you're in a... But I think here's the thing, actually. This is really weird. Because the Lovers that came out as a explanation for the Two of Swords shows a relationship, right? And the Two of Cups shows a new relationship. This is really, really weird. So I feel like maybe for some of you, you are in a relationship and you're considering leaving it for someone else. This is really specific, so take it how it resonates. But for some of you yet, this is about something, you're on the fence about someone, whatever the situation may be, whether you're in a relationship or not. Look at this, the Hangman coming out right under the Two of Cups. You are thinking about, should I go on a date with I don't know, someone who has asked you out, someone you're interested in? Could this person be the one for you? So this is really hanging heavily on your mind and on your emotions. But look at this with the seventh chakra, the water, and oh, you have also quartz with water and feminine. So you're definitely in a lot of feminine energy right now, irrespective of your gender. You are feeling very strong emotions. And look at this, you have the Empress as well underneath the Temperance. Very feminine energy, right? Some of you might be going, again, if you're coming from astrology, from my astrology channel, you might be going through Venus dashas or Venus mahadashas. Which is a period of your life that is ruled by Venus, right? So you might be, or the moon as well, because maybe you're more emotional than usual, or you could be having like strong transits towards your moon or your Venus in your horoscope. Somehow there's a lot of water energy, or you could be going through one of the water signs, Chara dashas, you know, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. See how this resonates. It doesn't really matter, but you're going through intense emotions, right? Look at this. You have the Two of Swords and the Ace of Cups. This is effing baffling to me, honestly. I need to dwell on this a little bit. So this basically shows that you have a chance at love flourishing if you make a decision, if you go one way or another. Once you make a decision, you will find yourself in love. Or, wait. Another way to look at this is your emotions, your love for someone. This could even be love in general, you know. I understand that this is more for, let's say, advanced spiritual people, but it could be like, let's say you have to make a choice between a career that you hate and a career that you love. You're going to choose out of love. Your emotions are heavily influencing your decisions during this time. And your love is going to heavily influence what you choose. Like, you need to choose between love and duty. Listen, I know this sounds very cliche, but the answer couldn't be more obvious, because you have the Lovers and you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles makes me think of the 10th house, Capricorn. So this is about karma, social duties, career, also family legacy. So basically everything that falls under the realm of societal pressures, family pressures, orthodoxy, what is expected of you, right? And the Lovers is going with your heart, because we have number 6, which is ruled by Venus and clarified by the world. Holy crap. I feel like Spirit is telling you that if you choose to follow love, if you choose to follow the Venus, the whole world will, or maybe a whole new world will open up for you, because you have the world clarifying the Lovers. On the other hand, if you choose to focus more on the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 9 of Pentacles, which means you might get more financial prosperity. So I see how this resonates. I mean, this does not seem like an easy decision. So I feel very literally some of you are thinking, again, this could be with respect to an actual relationship, but for some of you, it could simply be about choosing to make a decision out of love, or going for something you love, or something that maybe is not the thing you love the most, but might bring you more prosperity, more security, more wealth financially, but then you don't have the love as much. So yeah, tough one, really tough one. All right, but let's see what the rest of the cards have to say here. But these are repeated themes already. Cat independent, you are a natural healer. So there's a strong message of healing here, also through this message and this message. So you are getting into your healing energy, and nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. Something about you're keeping other secrets and keep them sacred. In solitude, you will find your strength. In solitude, you will find your strength. All right, so this is a message that some of you need to hear. Maybe if you're considering, maybe some of you are considering ending a relationship, right? This could also be a thing. Maybe you've started dating someone recently and you're thinking, am I really in the right? Is this the right person? But I think for most of you, it's not that situation. It's more like you're in love with someone and you're considering, should I approach this person, or if this person approaches me, should I go with it? But I definitely see that some emotional issues here, some love situation is definitely very strongly influencing you during this month. Because, yeah, you have the Page of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. Very specifically, another thing that's going to happen, irrespective of the love situation, is you're going to get some strong ideas with respect to how to improve your finances and your career. It could be about, you're going to get some ideas about what career path to choose, or an opportunity with respect to a job. But you're going to have a new way of seeing things with respect to your career. Some clarity. And then you have the Witch with the King of Cups. This shows your understanding of human emotions and human psychology is very sharp. It's culminating almost. Like, maybe some of you have really known for a long time that you have a talent for understanding people, maybe learning psychology and stuff, and now you're reaching a really high level. Like, you're reaching the next level of understanding. Your intuition is extremely sharp during this time. And you have this actually repeated here with all the cups energy, with the cat and the quartz cards that came out. So listen to your intuition. That's definitely a strong message. Page of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Okay, this is a repeated theme here, because the way that I would read it is you're tired. You are tired, you are weary and defensive. And I think your defenses are keeping you from opening up emotionally. You have the Page of Cups here, which shows creativity, which shows basically matters of the heart as well, but it shows creativity, going for what you love. Again, it's basically going in line with all the messages that came previously. So I think that the message here is, if you lower your defenses, you will find basically the magic of life again. You will find your joy again. You will find happiness emotionally. And this one is really amazing, because here, this is really specific. Some of you could be getting your wish in something to do with vehicles or real estate. So this could be like, some of you are going to be moving into the home you've wanted, or getting the car you've wanted. Maybe some of you could be getting your driver's license, or you're working to, you're trying, or you're joining driving school during this time. That could be a thing. But another way to look at this is very positively, actually. This is actually saying that during this month, you're going to have high chances of happiness, of some kind of wish fulfillment happening during this time. Some wish is actually heading towards you. So maybe it's not going to happen in this month, but I feel like the energy, the momentum you have created in your life right now, if you keep on this path, you will be surely reaching some not just financial, but you will surely be reaching some kind of a wish fulfillment. You know, it's really happening for you. You have set things in motion. But with the witch showing up, which is the magician, it definitely shows that it's up to you to a large extent. You have, you have the reins, and you are a powerful manifester. You have very strong emotional intelligence, like I said. So you have the ability to achieve whatever it is that you want. The condition is that you stick to it, basically. You keep believing in yourself and follow your heart's desire. The Temperance and the Empress is really, both of these are very feminine, nurturing energies. Now, this is really specific, but the message I'm getting here is some of you could really benefit from spending time in nature, nurturing others, like I said. So some of you could be parents, but I think this could also be about pets or about plants. Getting in touch with, that mothering energy. This is going to be a thing for you during this time. If you're a woman especially, actually irrespective of gender, this is a time of a glow up, actually. You're going to become more attractive in the eyes of others during this time because of this Empress energy. So a lot of people are going to see you as, very feminine, more serene than usual. Very, very nurturing, and also just artistic. You're going to get more in touch with your artistic, creative energy because of this Venus energy. Yeah, this is pretty much what I can see, really, from the cards. Hold on a second. Yeah, sorry that you couldn't see the cards clearly, but now you can. Anyway, you saw them when I pulled them out. All right, you know that these are the cards. Okay. So this is what I can see, yeah, through the cards. So now I'm going to be looking at the astrological notes. Okay, I'm just going to put these aside. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. The people who chose the Tiger's Eye crystal. What's going to happen for them in the month of November 2023? What do they need to hear? What do they need to focus on or hear during this time? Come on, tell me. Okay. Spirit, what does pile number 3 need to hear about the month of November 2023. What is happening for them? What is happening for them? Pile number 3, the Tiger's Eye. What's happening for them in the month of November? Actually, this feels right. Okay, I think that's enough, right? Yeah, this one feels right as well. Okay. Spirit, tell me. Let's see. 8th house. Okay. 8th house, I think, came out for all 3 piles. So 8th house just shows that it's a time of transformation. Some of you could be going through a glow up because the Empress came out. So you could be really improving your physical appearance, like I said. 6th house also is a house of health and daily routines. This is about focusing on having healthy routines, self-care, being healthy. Wow. 5th house is a strong confirmation of arts. So artistic expression, teaching might be important for you during this time, or learning. 10th house, again, so the focus is also on career, social status. You could be gaining visibility. 11th house is gains from careers. So you could be gaining visibility, like I said, more recognition, more success. 2nd house is about savings, and it's also family of origin. 10th house came out twice. All right. 10th house came out twice. 3rd house, okay. 3rd house explains the Chariot. This is a very courageous, proactive energy. And the 1st house, which is the house of the physical body and also corresponds to Aries. So with the 2nd house, some of you could be reconnecting with family of origin. 3rd house could be siblings, younger siblings especially. You could be traveling, short travels especially. So unlikely foreign travel is more unlikely, but more like, you know, maybe domestic travels. Short travels, like I said. And 5th house again shows you reconnecting with your inner creativity, maybe working with children. Because you have the Empress, some of you could be having kids, and I mean, either you're working towards having kids or you already have kids. And if you do, getting in touch with, you know, maybe spending more time with your kids, taking care of them, playing more, getting in touch with your inner child, that all of this is going to come to the forefront. So even if you don't have kids, you know, this is what it means: healing your inner child, getting in touch with your inner child, getting in touch with that childlike innocence of doing things for fun. You know, this is something that Spirit is suggesting for you. All right, let's see what has come. Okay, Aries. Okay, so this is a strong energy because you have the 1st house as well. We have Leo, which is going hand in hand with the 5th house energy. So that's a confirmation again. We have Aquarius, which is independence. All right. We have Saturn, which shows the need for discipline and hard work and clarity. And we have Scorpio, which is about transformation. This is going hand in hand with the 8th house. We have Cancer. This explains all the cups going on because you have a lot of water energy. We have Rahu, which is, okay, the World also came out, but only as a branch of the, here, we have the Lovers and the World. So the World came out as a branch of the Two of Swords. So depending on your decision. So I feel some of you could be dealing with foreign cultures, foreign countries. So some of you could even be traveling abroad, but it depends to a large extent on your decisions. Virgo, Mercury, business is coming to the forefront, communication. Taurus, all right. So Taurus is the energy that Taurus and Cancer are both energies that I would strongly associate with the Empress. So like I said, many of you are getting in touch with your feminine energy, maybe healing mother wounds as well. Chitra, which is ruled by Mars. Okay. Let's see. Hasta, which is ruled by the moon, which is falling in Virgo. So we have a lot of Virgo going on as well. Some of you could be really focused on your health during this time. I mean, you could be, you know, very attentive to details and maybe issues surrounding pets. We have Mula, which is connected with ancestors, research, understanding your past. Yeah, getting to the bottom of things. Anuradha, which falls as Scorpio, which is kind of a workaholic energy as well. It's also romantic though. Jyeshta, which falls as Scorpio, which shows working towards financial independence. Purarvasu, which is ruled by Jupiter, and it falls in Cancer and Gemini. Okay, and we have Uttara Falguni, which is ruled by the sun, so even more healthy sun energy, and Purva Falguni, which falls, so both the Falgunis are here. So you have strong sun energy in any case. Purva Falguni, in your case, considering the rest of the spread, I would say that this is an invitation from Spirit to have more fun, you know, to get in touch with the feminine side of you, with the getting more rest, more sensuous activities, doing things for fun. I think some of you very specifically could have struggled with workaholism because you have Anuradha Nakshatra. So for some of you, it's like you can be very intense, a little bit workaholic, but I feel Spirit is telling you not to give up entire parts of your life or yourself, just to try to find a balance between how much you work. Whoops, hold on. All right, so getting in touch with your feminine side, enjoying yourself more, maybe traveling, like I said, but I see especially traveling for fun. The 10th house showing up twice and the 11th house, this shows some of you could be getting more success in your career, more fame, more recognition. You also have this with Chitra showing up. I feel like for many of you though, and with Leo, but many of you, I think, are very focused on your physical body and your diet and exercise and all that. And I think Spirit is telling you that this is good, like you're on the right path. I see many of you are concerned with your body and your health. So I think Spirit is telling you that a lot of this depends on your ability to stick to a healthy lifestyle, a healthy routine. That basically it's in your own hands at the end of the day. This is really specific, but some of you could be drawn to working. Oh my God, yeah, this is definitely a thing for some of you because you have so much Virgo energy and you have Mercury. I mean, this is really specific now that I think of it, but maybe watch your hands and your arms. Be careful about working with your hands and arms. Some of you might be drawn to working with your hands and arms a lot, in the sense of taking up hobbies like knitting or maybe even playing a musical instrument. For some of you, see how it resonates. By the way, music could be a thing for many of you because you also have the second house. So, and the Cancer and Taurus, and yeah, you have Rahu, which shows visibility, you know, through social media. So see how this resonates again. Some of you could definitely be seeing an increase of visibility on social media if you are posting. With Punarvasu, there's a message that you could have the chance to try something for the second time this month. So maybe something you have tried in the past and you have failed, like an admission exam or something, a job application, learning a skill. So you're going to have the chance of doing it a second time, and you should take it. This is a nudge from Spirit that if there is such a thing, if this rings a bell, then you should definitely take the opportunity because you have much higher chances of succeeding this time around. Very specific, some of you could be studying foreign languages or teaching foreign languages. Dealings with siblings are going to be a thing during this month, and your friends and entourage. So solving relationships, focusing on these relationships. You might have the chance to socialize more and to hang out, to have fun. So these are definitely nudges from Spirit that you should take them, because the overall message of your spread is that you need to relax more. One of the overall messages. There are others as well. Oh my God, I can't believe I missed this. The 5th house, by the way, which came out. See, you're the only pile out of 3 that got the 5th house. The other ones got the 7th house. And if you come from my astrology channel, you probably know exactly what I'm going to say right now. But the 5th house is the house of romance, budding romances, new romances, right? Because usually when in the Western world, for the most part, at least when a relationship starts, it starts as a romance and then progresses to marriage, right? Most people in the West don't have arranged marriages. But you also had the 2 of Cups, and you have the 5th house now. This is a further confirmation that some of you are falling in love. Like, some of you are falling in love, you're courting someone is courting you, or there's going to be some kind of an opportunity showing up during this month. Maybe someone's going to ask you out or something. That's definitely going to happen, really. There's some kind of romantic involvement happening here. For some of you, again, like I said, for some of you, this is very much about relationships, very relationship-oriented month. But for others, this could just be about choosing activities that you love in general, or doing more of the things you love as opposed to doing things out of obligation, or obligation, stress, outside pressures, whatever you want to call it. Very specific. Some of you could have the chance to learn programming during this time, and it's a good time for you to learn programming. If you have considered anything connected to software, this is a great time to do that. Focusing on software. And working with photography and movie editing, or even filmmaking. Again, see how that resonates for some of you. I definitely see teaching and learning are equally represented. So this is a great month for any kind of, study activities, teaching, like I said, so sharing information. Communication comes forth very strongly with the 3rd house as well. And actually, creative writing could be a thing if you have considered doing it. For many of you, this could definitely be a thing, because you have so many, you have the 3rd, the 5th house, and you have Jupiter energy here with Punarvasu. And creative, a lot of creative activity. You have Leo, you have Purva Falguni, so Hasta as well. A lot of imaginative energy. So if any kind of creative project is definitely favored during this month. So if you have ideas that you have been postponing, you've been meaning to work on, this is a great time to do that, to explore your creativity. But as I was saying, with the 3rd house coming out, there's a lot of online activity. There's also a lot of online activity. There could be something happening with your neighborhood as well. Your neighbor could, stand out. Maybe you're going to have some kind of issue with a neighbor. But I also think with the 3rd house, there's just a lot of online activity, so see how that resonates. For many of you, this could just be, you're going to be working online a lot. Maybe you're working from home. But I see more than usual activity, basically, because the 3rd house is showing up. But the 3rd house is also speaking of you gaining more courage during this month. You're definitely going to be gaining more courage. It's a reinforcement of the Chariot energy. Or should I say, you're going to be nudged by circumstances to really focus on, going after what you want. In other words, you're being encouraged, right? Spirit is telling you this is a great time for you to work towards that thing you've wanted to achieve, that manifestation, but not by just sitting around and wishing on a star. You have very practical energies here. So there's a lot of messages of, you have a strong intuition and you have a high sensitivity as well, and creativity, but you also need to learn how to implement your ideas into reality. All right, so this is pretty much what I see for you, pile number 3, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notifications bell to see whenever we post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a private consultation, you can check the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me for a full list of reading options with prices, and also sample readings if you're curious. I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before, if you're curious to check them out. And also, please comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give. Did it resonate? To which extent did it resonate? What other topics you might want me to cover in the future on my channel. all of those things, I will take them into account. And also, please consider clicking the notifications bell. I don't know if I said that, but I will say it again. Please subscribe and click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. And also, last but not least, I have a astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. And if you're interested in astrology, I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also come from a tropical astrology background, so I have a pretty strong understanding of both. And sometimes I will mix my insights of tropical into Vedic astrology. So if you're curious about it, check it out, maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope this has been useful, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading.